Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How is everybody doing out there? How is your day going? Almost the end of the week, but not yet there. And today I am so inspired, so excited. I'm bringing you an incredible dose of inspiration for your day, for your week. And let me stop the music that just goes on for a second. You know that just a little bit of a mood getting out there just in case. How are you guys doing out there? I hope that you had an incredible week, that you are happy, that you are joyful, that you are focused on staying inspired, on making things happen for yourself. And as always, I'm bringing you art, the best ever. Always incredible artists here. And I'm so excited and inspired with these Art to Heart interviews with our top 60 Masters awarded artists of this year. I am so honored today to present an artist that I've known for a while and you have seen before. And if you have not seen him yet, you're going to get to know him. And he is an incredible artist, which I consider him a genius. I always tell him that he has developed his own technique. He has break barriers with his art and, well, raising the bar for many. He does digital art, a combination of so much. There's a lot of technical things here. We're going to talk about them. His style is expressionism, and he created that. Without further ado, here he is, Mr. Howard Harris. Yeah.
I
How
thought
are you,
you
Howard?
I thought you were introducing someone else. I didn't recognize that person.
Oh, that's you. That's you. That's very much you. Thank you so much for being here again. I know our audience loves your work, which I'm going to be sharing in a few. But just for those who have not seen you before, can you share a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm just like everyone else. I just try to do my thing. I get very excited about some of the pieces I do, and I also get very depressed with some of the pieces I do. I've often been asked by many people, who my biggest art collector is, and in the very long list of people who don't collect my art, my biggest art collector is my garbage man. It seems like I have to throw out an awful lot of work because I just don't like it.
Oh my
But
goodness.
he loves it.
We,
So,
we're gonna have to sneak close to your house on garbage day.
really, I mean, sometimes my friends get angry at me about what I throw out, but generally, if I don't like it, um, it doesn't go up uh,
Wow.
because as you've seen before, Viviana, I just don't produce things the same each way, and it seems like once I find a style that works or a style that people really like, I'll go another way. Not that I don't like pleasing people, but I like exploring and I like pleasing myself more than pleasing the rest of the world. And in all honesty, that works against me in a lot of places. I mean, I,
Hmm.
I call myself a photographer, and most photographers really don't like me because they don't think I'm a photographer. But as you know, everything I do is photo based, and without the camera, I'd be lost. So it's really a very old tool and a very new tool that keeps me inspired because of all the beauty I see around me. And it
Right.
just isn't one image or one type of image. It's all images.
And it starts there. But you have brought photography to a whole different level. I mean, your journey, you have developed a whole different technique that, yes, starts with photography, but Can you? I'm gonna show you work for those of you out there. I want you to see Howard's work. Can you share a little bit of the creative process, which is very much complex? But we're gonna have that later on, and I'll share that how. But can you share a little bit of what you do to come up with these incredible images?
Well, the images you're showing happen to be from an African trip that I did. And unlike a lot of my images, those are some pretty traditional images that you just showed. Uh,
Right.
what I saw there with the lips was a piece I saw at the Dali Museum in Spain, and interpreted what I saw, his remarkable piece, into my own thoughts of what I was doing. Uh, that one image you just had on the screen was an image of graffiti, and I basically moved it into what I thought was beautiful, or something completely kind of inspiring and depressing at the same time was in Washington. These are the words that Dwight D. Eisenhower spoke to all of his commanders, telling after they went into Dachau, reminding them of what they've seen and not to forget what they've seen, which
Wow.
is really, uh, it's a little bit difficult to read the words on this, but it's very inspiring. And it's something I think the world needs to remember now in basically our times of very strange political unrest. I'm glad
Absolutely.
I had the trip to the Holocaust Museum. I've been there a few times, and a few months ago I was there again, and the museum had a whole different meaning to me this
Hmm.
time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I agree with you on that.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it's mind-boggling how the words of the politicians then, specifically Hitler, echo what I'm hearing right now, and it just scares the holy hell out of me.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I just hope everyone who's listening to this votes the right way. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
right way is voting for freedom. let's
Yes.
let's keep this country free of the tyrants, literally. Uh, and I
Absolutely.
think art has a lot to do with that. Uh,
It is.
we need
Yeah.
we need to express our concerns, and we need to show our voices. Uh,
Thanks so much for sharing that. It's always a subject I try to avoid because I'm always advised by my director to
well,
stay away from it. I'm passionate about it, by the way, because I think as an artist, I appreciate being free to create, and I appreciate being free to write. As a woman, I also appreciate being free to make my own decisions, right?
well,
So,
if you look at the next image that's just to there on the website, you'll see that it's a something that is honestly, it feels like it could be just around the corner for this country. And it scares me to death. It really does. And I've shown this image to a number of places. And to tell you the truth, a lot of photographers really liked it, mainly
yeah,
because it shows what photography can do to help people hopefully be inspired.
yeah, and bring awareness. You're bringing awareness about a very touchy subject. They always say that an image can speak a thousand words, right? There is so much on this image
It,
that
I mean,
mm, yeah,
it, it hurts my soul to even do an image like that, but sometimes you get so inspired by depression that you just have to get it out.
yes, I've been speaking about that with other artists, how difficult times bring the best out of the artists who are really in it, fully hearted in their art, because artists are pretty much, um, painting, creating, photographing, history and cultural events, historical events. They are the mirrors of what's happening in the world, right? Maybe journalists are speaking about it, people are giving their opinions, but the artists, they create something, and it's the truth, right? Because
Absolutely.
out of inspiration comes the truth, not the artist is giving what the artist is saying, and there's no faking it there. So I appreciate what you're doing with this. This is incredible. This I hadn't seen this work, our I
Well,
hadn't seen this work.
this one just brings tears to my eyes when I see it, and
Yes,
it,
yes,
it is tough. Uh,
yes, it is. But
it's
you have so much work. I mean, your work is always your work is always sharing something special and connecting us, and I can share so many of them. Even, I mean, look at this thing, guys, you that are watching out there. There is so much. I always tell you that I feel like your work is taking me to a different dimension, right? Like, there is so much more than meets the eye in your work, and I was privileged to see how you develop these works. It's quite incredible. How did that idea develop in your mind? How was the process of creating the expressionism?
well, it's something that I think I've always been doing and never had the words for it because I love the entire impressionistic movement.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm old school in that way. It's just to create such beauty out of imagery that some people may think are just blobs. And I basically took the impressionistic view of what I see, and I use technology to help me bring out what my eyes see, to bring out what my heart sees sometimes. Uh, and it's a matter of just trying to create the feeling in my work that I have is what really keeps me going. Uh, and without that kind of confidence, I just couldn't do it, literally. I wish I could say that all the galleries and everything loved me. Some do, some don't. Some hate me. Literally, they say this has no place here, or
Well,
you
I
know,
have been your fan since the beginning. I love your work.
well, it's fun. I have a good time doing it, and uh, I think if it wasn't different than almost anything else, I'm not sure I would do it. I mean, you've seen a lot of my work, and the one kind of universal aspect that I'm very proud of is like everybody generally who sees my work, who knows my work, immediately recognizes it's my work and not someone else's. And
Exactly.
I, I don't. Nobody has ever told me that my work is a derivative from someone else's work, and that really keeps me going a lot because it is the good news and the bad news. You know,
Yeah, I think it's great news. I think it's what most artists aim for, right? Creating something unique that has their signature style, and you've been able to achieve that. Creating a whole new, different, technique in blending all these techniques of impressionism with photography, with digital art is incredible. But I want to acknowledge some of the people that have sent comments here because they're loving your work. So Kira says art is for those who can interpret. Great job. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's where I was going actually. Um, let's see.
well,
Such a great artist you are. And who is this? Justine? Oh, okay. Thanks, Maria Jose. Sorry, I got into your okay. I agree as well. A lot of critique in your work. Congratulations. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you guys for your feedback. It's always good for the artists to hear what we think. I like
Well,
your work because it contains a lot of critique. I didn't get that one, but thanks anyway. Right? Thank you.
well,
Thank you.
as a artist now and previously as a designer, I live for critique, good, bad, indifferent. I mean, critique helps us all grow, and it helps the work become better and better. Not that you have to listen to everything, or not that you have to do
Right.
everything, but just understanding and knowing what people think helps. And I not to have any ego in mind, but I think what separates a lot of my work from what I would consider artwork that's just decoration. And unfortunately, a lot of things that I see out there are pretty much just decoration as opposed to artwork. And that's a hard critique to take
Right.
when you do that.
But I
And
love, I love, I love critique, right? I love that's the ultimate goal of an artist to get feedback, to evoke emotion, to evoke any emotion, good or bad, even if it's a bad um, feedback, it's okay. You're
well,
touching somebody's heart, right?
it is very hard, and either fortunately or unfortunately, fortunately for a lot of people, I know an awful lot of artists where that's not their goal. Their goal is to sell their art.
Well,
And
yeah,
I honestly, I don't have anything against that, but that's their goal. And some are incredibly successful doing that, although I find it extremely boring to do the same thing over and over again. But again, that's just what makes the world go round. That's the
right,
joy of being different. That's the joy of being able to do whatever you want to do in this country, as
right,
opposed to somebody telling you you can't do that or this is not acceptable.
right, right.
Bring it all on. Let's make it happen.
Well, I love what you're doing, Howard. I love this. The fancy pigeon.
Well, sometimes pigeons are really beautiful.
It's you're bringing us to appreciate, things that sometimes they go overlooked. Like we overlook this. Maybe there's so many pigeons in the city. Sometimes people don't appreciate them, but I love what you're doing of bringing that attention to whatever it is that your cause is, whatever it is that you're viewing,
Well,
even if it's a political statement, even if it's a message, even if it's, I wouldn't say a political statement because we're beyond that at this point. It's about what is fair, what is not, what we consider is justice, what we want for the future of our children. So I appreciate that you are bringing your art to that level to create that awareness in humanity. Really, we
right.
need more. We need more of that.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm glad you like my pigeon. Kermie
I
also
love it.
likes my pigeon.
Yes.
And I
Oh,
know
really?
you know my love of birds.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you so much. Oh, somebody else. Congratulations to the artist, winner of the Top 60 Masters Awards. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks,
Well,
everyone, for
I'm
your feedback.
very honored to be one of the top 60, and I don't take that lightly at all. I think it's a great honor. So
Thank you.
thank you,
Thank you,
Viviana,
Howard.
for your continued confidence in what I do.
Thank you. And we look forward to seeing more and more of Howard Harris.
Well, so do I, and I look forward to seeing more of you.
Thank you. See you soon, Howard.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye. Wow, that was inspiring, guys. Do you love that work? I love that. Oh, I love that pigeon. My goodness, everything that's happening in there. I love his work. Um, I love the message of Howard this morning, bringing awareness and touching subjects that I would love to explore more as we go, and I will be doing. Um, but ultimately, it's incredible, and we need to appreciate and we need to support the artists who are creating and bringing awareness to the world, making it better. I repeat it again and again. It sounds like, something that has been written and said so many times, make the world a better place. And I guess at this point, a lot of people hear it and probably just, comes through here and goes through there because it's been said so many times. But if we take a moment and think about it, think how much better the life of the next generations and our lives would be if we make it better. So I appreciate the artists like Howard Harris, who is bringing awareness and creating something so unique that goes for you artists out there who are creating, for you who are in the beginning stages of your career. Like he said, he's creating something very unique. Not everybody loves it. Can you imagine? This is a master artist who's telling us some galleries don't like my work. So if a master artist says that, don't get down if somebody, if you hear no sometimes from some galleries, because everybody has heard that at some point. And the important thing here is what do you do with that critique? What do you do with the feedback when it comes? Don't let that affect your work, affect your mood or your inspiration, but take it as something that is going to propel you to go forward, to move forward, to create more, to create something unique that you can share and that you can be happy with, and ultimately create for yourself and create honestly from the heart. And that's it. That's all you need to do, and enjoy it, because that's how you're gonna make the world a better place. And I'll repeat it again and again. Thanks for thanks for watching today Howard Harris interview. I am so excited that I was able to share it with you, and you're gonna hear more about Howard, a lot more, if you visit the Vivid Arts Network television channel, because we have a documentary about his life, about his technique, about what he is doing, going behind the scenes. So much, so much, so much. So, guys, stay tuned. Visit the Vivid Arts Network TV channel and stay tuned because there's more to come later today. Until I see you, stay